Hello YouTube, my name's tototeto, and today I'm going to be doing something a little different in Rocket League. Today I'm going to be doing a tutorial, and I'm probably not super qualified to do tutorials, but I figured, I looked up like Rocket League videos, and the top ones that showed up were tutorials, so I figured that's what people wanna see. So, I'm going to be doing a basic aerial tutorial, um, otherwise known as flying, and I'll touch a little bit into freestyling, but without further ado, the first thing you're going to want to do is go to training and go to free play. And keep in mind, this is like really beginner's aerial training. So you just want to drive around a little bit, and you're just going to jump up and then fall back down. And then you jump up and tilt your car back and fall back down, tilt it forward again. You do this a few times, get the hang of it, and then you jump up and boost while you're in the air. And that's basically an aerial. Like that's how you fly. And so a common trick is, it uses a lot of boost to fly. So you don't want to always be boosting. See how right here, it keeps me level to kind of be just tapping every now and then, and also, like, it keeps me nice and level, and it doesn't use a lot of boost, so I can aerial for much longer. It's not really as effective as, say, doing this, where, I kind of don't really have much control over where I am, and it uses a lot more boost. You can't really see that here because it's in free play, and, it's safe to have unlimited boost, but in game, that's going to use a lot of boost. You probably won't even make it that far. So the next thing you're going to do is go change training and do the aerial training. Now, you probably disregarded all these training stuff after you did the first tutorial, but these are all very useful. So you're going to start rookie aerial training, because aerial training is much harder than the other trainings. And you're just going to practice here a little bit. Make sure to turn ball cam on. I find it helps a lot. And see if you can get 10 out of 10. And then when you get that, go to the pro aerial training. It's a bit harder. They have more moving balls and stuff. And if you can do really well on that, then go to all-star aerial training. So that's basically simple aerials. So now there's freestyle. Freestyle is basically if you hold the air roll button and do like cool stuff in the air, and I'll show you that actually now. If you guys don't know, you're gonna want to go to your controls and go down to wherever air roll is. Air roll, just air roll. It's probably on the well, first of all, you're gonna want to have a controller because it's so much easier. And second, I'm using Xbox, so whatever I say in Xbox, if you have a PlayStation controller, just switch it to that. It's probably going to default to X, so you're definitely going to want to change that to left bumper, and then change whatever was on left bumper to right bumper, because you never use that. Because the reason for that is that otherwise it's going to be set to X, and you're going to have to be pressing X and B at the same time, which is going to test like Y and A, and it's going to mess everything up. So you're going to want to set that to left bumper, or at least something else. I actually set my drift or power slide, whatever you want to call it, to left bumper also, because they're very similar things. But anyways, what you're going to want to do is go back into free play, and you're just going to want to like try to balance yourself out in the air. Just kind of keep yourself nice and level. Try not to move too much. I'm moving a little bit here. Oh boy. That's not a very good example. Okay, so try to just balance yourself out in the air, and try to stay as level as possible. Unlike what I'm doing now. I told you I'm not the most qualified thing, but what matters is the explanation, not the demonstration. And then hold down your air roll, and just turn it to the side. So you're just doing some basic like barrel rolling like this. Now keep it kind of to the side there, and I'm actually gonna restart because I'm going pretty fast towards that wall. But keeping it like to the side there. Start to slowly move it down. Forgot about that. And you'll notice what he's starting to do there. I kind of ran into a wall while doing. Sorry. What he's starting to do there is called Cook's Twist, and this is a very popular style of aerial because, or freestyle, because it kind of lets you control where you're going a little bit, and it also looks really cool. So you can go like boom, and you know, it's pretty cool. You can get some nice goals with that. That's the most kind of freestyling, like that. That's the most. That's the only real like official kind of freestyle I know. But freestyle is really all about being creative. It's nice and fun to go off the walls and kind of do some freestyling there. Not like what I just did. What I just did was kind of a fail. But you know, you can always just kind of fiddle around, you know, do fun stuff. So you know, that's basic freestyle. If you want to see more advanced, you know, go to like, you know, someone else's tutorial. But this is like, you know, aerials for beginners. Now, one other thing about aerials: once you're in the air, you have about 2 seconds to, or maybe a little less, maybe a little more. Not exactly sure how it works. You have about 2 seconds to do your dodge. Your dodge is like your double jump. And that can be really useful if you want to, like, in hoops, maybe get the first touch or something. You can kind of jump up and then jump forward at it. Yeah, it can be very useful. Or if you made a little mistake in your aerial, maybe the ball is a little to your left, you can go. Well, I didn't do it very well there, but you can maybe jump over to your left for a minute. Like, you know, dodging can be very helpful with aerials. So that's basic aerials, and I might do a little dribble training, or a little dribble like tutorial. I'm not great at dribbling, but I know the basics, and I use it a lot to kind of jump over goalies. Air dribbling is a lot harder. I've only been able to pull that off a few times. You have to really be in a good position. But air dribbling isn't usually something you're going to use very often, so that's not something you should worry about too much. Anyways, this has been my aerial tutorial. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe, check out my Rocket League gameplay series. It really helps the channel, especially, you know, when I'm starting out. And thanks for watching. Au revoir.